Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh, and a very good morning, evening, good night to everyone. So basically, for today, now we will proceed to cover next chapter, which is chapter number 3. So as we know that what happened in current situation in Malaysia, we are facing with the virus COVID-19, and that's why we need to proceed our class through online, online class. So now I will teach you, I will give my lecture, give my lecture to all of you through the video, and I will open up the slide first, which is the slide. Okay, this one, slide. Sorry, just for a moment. Slide is, where's the idea? Okay, so chapter number 3. Just go through saja, go fast because um, it will take a lot of memory for your data and so on. Yeah? Okay. Chapter number 3 is about developing a consistent game plan for moral reasoning. So guys, as we already learned in chapter number 2, it is about moral reasoning, meaning that in chapter number 3 are related with what we have learned in chapter number 2. It is about moral reasoning. So first thing first that you need to understand, when we talk about moral reasoning, just simply understand, just simply know that moral reasoning is about someone decision making, meaning that when someone want to make their own decision in their daily life, it is moral reasoning. Just simple as that. Okay. So before we go further, let's do a little bit revision about what we have learned in chapter number 2. So in chapter number 2, we learned about the framework of moral reasoning, meaning that what is moral reasoning about? There are consists of 3 elements, which is first one is ethic, and then we learn about the moral, and the third one is value. So these 3 elements, when someone have a good of these 3 elements, it will create someone good in their decision making. Yeah, first one, ethic, is about personal belief. So ethic, personal belief. When we talk about ethic, it is about personal belief that lead to someone decision, either their decision is right or it is wrong. So that is ethic. But then when we talk about moral, it is about the custom and manners, someone manners that reflected to through two things, which is religious belief and social influence. But then when we talk about value, value is something that is very worth for you. So we already discussed these 3 elements now, yeah? About ethic, about moral, and about value itself. And then we learn the 4 moral value, moral principle, which is mm, justice, honesty, responsibility, and beneficence. We already learned about the philosopher that discuss, that argue each other about the ethic, about someone decision making. We have Immanuel Kant, and we also have John Stuart Mill. When we talk about Immanuel Kant, he believed that when someone want to make their decision, it must fulfill their own duty. Someone duty, fulfill the duty of someone lah, yeah? But then uh, he believed when someone make or decide to do something to fulfill the duty, without thinking the consequences that will happen in the future. But it is totally different with John Stuart Mill, where John Stuart Mill believed that someone's decision must be based on others' happiness. Uh, the outcome, the result must be happy. If someone not happy, that is wrong, totally wrong. That is believed by John Stuart Mill. Okay, so now we proceed in chapter number 3 about developing a consistent game plan for moral reasoning. Moral reasoning. So it is interrelated with chapter number 2. So in this chapter, there are 2 parts. First one, we will learn about the process of moral reasoning, and then the second one, we will learn about the obstacle and fallacies. on someone decision making, what are the factor, what are the obstacles that lead someone decision turn to a bad decision? So that we will cover lah in this chapter. So in chapter number 3, okay, just go proceed to the first slide. It's about moral reasoning. So we already discussed about this thing, decision making. Someone decision either it is right or wrong, betul atau salah. And normally decision making, someone decision are referring to the 4 important moral values or moral principle, which is justice, honesty, beneficence, and responsibility. These 4 moral values. Okay, let's take a look. This start. In thinking through a moral problem, there are 5 steps. Just remember, guys, this step just on the paper line, but then in our real life, we will not go through, when we want to make our decision, we will not go through this step. First, when I want to do this, what are the things that I need to do? And then the second one, this second step, third step, and so on. No. Normally, we as a human being, when we want to make our decision, we tend to our decision is, we will make our decision very fast. Normally based on our experience, based on our belief, and so on. But then what we will learn, this part is the start. What is the best one? What is the factor through a moral problem that leads someone decision through a problem that happen in daily life? Yeah. So first step is about, are any moral principle violated? Step number 2, normally someone need to think about, are any moral rules violated? Step 3, is this case an exception? Number 4, are the rules justified? And number 5, how can the rules be changed? So we will go through one by one for each step. I just simply explain for a clear picture to everyone to understand about this. Yeah. Step number 1, are any moral principle violated? We already learned moral principle. We have 4 moral principle, normally based on 4 moral values we learned in last week, which is justice, honesty, responsibility, and beneficence. So normally, when we want to make our decision in our daily life, we need to think these four moral value first before we do something. For example, I give you an example. So you as a person, yeah, as a youngsters, one day when you want to cross the road, okay, you see one older woman want to cross the road. Beside you lah, you nampak seorang nak lintas jalan. And what happened? To fulfill the responsibility, you have your own responsibility to help the elder woman. You help her cross the road. You pimpin tangan dia cross the road. So that is your decision. Sama ada when you look that situation, you want to help her or not. So that is based on your moral values. If you have a good values in your life about the responsibility, you will help someone else. So that is the example about any moral principle violated. But then if you are not helping the elder woman, meaning that you have been violated your moral principle. If you set your principle in your life, I will help any people in any situation. But when you look at the situation, if you are in this situation but you are not helping her, the elder woman, meaning that you already violated your own principle in your life. Okay, and when one agree to compete, one will agree to apply all the moral principle all the time. So that is the first step, simple as that. Step number 2, are any moral rules violated? So normally there are certain rules. When we talk about sports, yeah, there are rules that have been set up in all sport, even in frisbee. We already discussed. I explained to you in frisbee, ultimate frisbee game. There is no referee. There is no judges to take care of the situation that happened in the game. It's all about the trust between the players. So even there is no referee in the sports, in frisbee, in ultimate frisbee, also have a rules that govern all behavior that happen in the game. So meaning that in sports, yeah, when we talk about any moral rules violated, so as an athlete, you participate in a game. When you want to make your decision, you need to think your action will violate the rules that have been set up in the game or not. If violated, what there is must be a consequences to you. For example, kalau in football game lah, you parap orang kan, there must be violated the rules that have been set up lah. So that is what happened lah. Yeah? Before you decide to do something, you need to know, is there any moral rules violated? So normally the specific rules should guide you as a as you participate. If they do not, they need to address why they are exception. So we proceed to the next step. Step number 3, is this case an exception? For example, is this case an exception, meaning that ada tak pengecualian? Rules may have some exception, but the exception need to justify. So in this case, I just give you an example whereby in certain sports, not certain sports, in many sports, drugs are prohibited. Athlete cannot consume or take any drug when they participate in any sports. But then, in certain cases, drugs are acceptable, whereby when the athlete have the asthma, athlete to participate in any sport, but then he or she having the asthma, sakit asthma lah. So the athlete need to take the what we call inhaler. So in this medicine inhaler, ada some amount of drug. So this case is exception, ada pengecualian for that particular situation. So that's why you need to know when you want to do something, is there any exception? Ada tak pengecualian if you do this? If you do this, ada tak pengecualian? But then the exception must be justified why and everything. So that is the third step. Need to show some a good reason for allowing the exception. Okay. So itu yang number 3. Number 4, other rules justified. So other rules justified ni I give you okay, some rules are being undoubtedly immoral. Kadang-kadang ada certain rules ni dia tak immoral lah, dia immoral. Need to evaluate whether the rule is good or wrong. Okay, I give you an example. This is what happened in university di United States lah. Okay guys, before that, for your clear understanding about these rules, this 5 step, I suggest you to read the books ethics, yeah, ethics. Ada tak? I tak pasti aja. You just find the books from your senior and so on lah. Yeah, whereby these 5 steps explain very well in the books. So what happened are the rules justified? The example given in the books is about when there are in the university, there is the rules that have been stated by the administration. The coach cannot bring the athlete, maksudnya coach tak boleh bawa atlet naik kereta in the campus. So any movement of the athlete, they need to walk. But then the situation happen when after the training session. What happened? Waktu tu raining, heavy raining, ada kilat dan kilat, and then hujan lebat. So if you as a coach, you see that your athlete berjalan nak balik ke camp, nak balik ke college or nak balik ke rumah sewa di dalam campus. The rules stated that you cannot bring, you tak boleh nak bawa athlete tu. Adakah you akan break the rules dengan membantu to help by helping the athlete, or you just let them berjalan dengan hujan lebat dan sebagainya? So this is what happened in step number 4. Are the rules justified? And some rules are being undoubtedly immoral. So if you choose that you will help the athlete, you need to justify why you break the rules by helping the athlete. So in this case, if you justify that I need to help them because uh, he or she is my athlete, and then if anything happen to this athlete, dia akan will affect the performance or whatsoever, akan demam ke dan sebagainya, games nak dekat. So that is the meaning other rules justified. Okay, and finally when we go to the step number 5, how the rules can be changed. Normally when we talk about the rules can be changed, macam mana kita nak ubah sesuatu rules tu? Normally by someone that have the power, someone that have power, someone that have the influence. So normally this group of people that can change certain rules, certain legislation or law. So meaning that when we talk about how the rules can be changed, if you want to change the rule, you need to get some help from someone that have power, especially politician, the authority, and so on. So that is step number 5, how the rules can be changed. So these 5 steps, please understand very well, because normally this is the favorite question to come out during final exam. Okay, hafalkan step tak boleh, you cannot miss ya. Step number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to understand very well and hafal. Remember for the each step. First one is, are any moral principle violated? Are any moral rules violated? Is this case an exception? Are the rules justified? And how can the rules be changed? Okay. So next we will proceed about the obstacle and fallacies in reasoning.